Alright, so let's start with the beat here. I like using a lo-fi plugin when I'm trying to do like a low-end sweep. Went to the sample rate, took this little shit, and I moved it down to 4800. A trick that I use is sometimes at the end of a measure, so like the fourth bar, I'll throw this lo-fi plugin on. That just gives a good emphasis on that last part, and then when it comes back in, it just hits a little harder. So sometimes I like to pair this with a small little beat chops. Hit S, boom, take that part of the beat out. Now we got...
Never show. The pain will never show. The truth is I'm hurting. Born in the struggle, I can admit I got a tough heart.
One more thing with the beat that I did, took out the low end on this SSL channel right here. You can see on the top where it says filters. This knob takes out all the low end, and you can automate this. Command Option Control. So when you hit that, it says enable automation. I'm clicking read and I'm adjusting it to touch. And then as the beat is playing, I'll move this knob back to its original position to bring in all that low end again.
I want life. Just got one life. Lonely King 16, I go above and beyond.
I'll do the cleanup right now live for y'all real quick. So here we have, you know, the general slope of how I want it.
You just got one life. Yeah, you just got one life. Lonely King 16, I go above and beyond.
Another thing that I added in after was the J37 tape. To use my ear and I hear like, oh yeah, this one has a little less high end, or this one has more high end, and you know what I'm saying? And then I'll kind of just play around with that, see which one sounds good. And this one, I felt like, you know, this combination right here gave me that like old radio vintage feel that I needed on this particular beat sweep. Let's dive into the vocals real quick. These ones on the top right here, these are just his main punch-ins. This one down here is my telephone effect. You can see right here, I labeled them. Here is the lead vocal aux. All this is routing into here, and then down here are my adlibs routing out to an adlib aux, and then down here in the green I have all my throws. Start off with a EQ, subtractive EQ at the top. My main goal when I put this plugin at the top, imagine his vocal as like a sculpture. Like that one SpongeBob episode where he's fat ass sculpture and he's trying to chip away at it. Right here is how I sculpt out all the fucking unnecessary bullshit and just get to the good part of his vocal. Just trying to make sure I get rid of any mud, any harshness. Let's go one by one and hear what the SSL is doing by itself. No EQ, completely dry as fuck.
Run by, you better take your chances, gonna excel. You just got one life.
So automatically when I hear his vocals dry like this, my thought process is immediately there's a lot of low information that can just get cut the fuck out. My first move, I'll go here to the filters and take the low end and cut some off. So I'll go down here and usually around 100, 200, and I'll start fucking around with the dB and I'll start listening like, okay, this is taking off a good portion of the low end that I need, clearing up some of that muddiness. Then I'll go to the top end and I'll boost some air just so it can cut through the mix a little bit better. Before,
you either sink or you gonna stay afloat.
After,
you either sink or you gonna stay afloat.
Now, it might sound like the vocals are thin right now, but I promise you when we add our compression, it's all going to be brought back up and it's going to make sense. Next, I have a deEsser. It's doing a little bit of compression and it's doing a little bit of EQing. Basically, I'm taking a frequency. 6K is right around where you hear the S. Basically, it's compressing just that frequency. So every time he hits an S, this is just ducking it. You can even go to S chain, click this shit right here, and this is what it sounds like. Sweep through the frequency and find that frequency that just sounds like ass. Bring the threshold down. But if you push this too far, you're completely eliminating the S's. I like to fine tune it to the point where the S's sound good with the beat. Find that happy medium with the threshold here. My next step in the process is I'll add compression. Now we want to control the dynamics. Now dynamics, if you're a noob, when a signal gets hella fucking loud and then it's hella quiet at the next part, you want to take those loud parts, make sure that those don't peak out too loud and jump out all of a sudden, scaring the fuck out of you. And you just want to, you know, tame them a little bit. At the same time, you want to take all the parts that are low as hell and you want to bring those up so everything is kind of even a little bit. This plugin is the CLA 76 and it does just that. This attack setting, you go to 1, this is 1 millisecond. You go to 7, this is like 0.0 something fucking microseconds.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
The attack setting is when do you want the attack to hit that transient and tame it. The release is how fast do you want the compressor to let go. The input is how much compression you want to add. The output is making up the gain. Let's hear what this does. Bypass and engaged.
It's life, you either sink or you gon' stay afloat. In this life, you either sink or you gon' stay afloat.
So after we enable the CLA 76, we got our surgical EQ. Find the frequencies that are bothering me after the compression, because compression can bring up frequencies that I don't even really want. Go up here, sweep around, and you'll hear it ring. And when you hear it ring, woo, duck that shit. Don't remove too much. Remove little by little. After that, now we're going to go to the sends where I have the verbs and shit set up. So all my shit on my template is going to be down here. Here is my reverb. I like to have my reverb fully wet so I can then have it used as a send. Boom. And with this slider, I can add more reverb or less reverb. Some type of pre-delay so that way the vocal hits first and then you get the reverb. And this is what the reverb sounds like.
In this life, you either sink or you gon' stay afloat.
Next up is the quarter note delay. Basically what I'm trying to achieve with the reverb and the delay. So when I'm adding these on, I'm trying to create a vibe. I'm trying to create a space. This is my delay. I like to have it in ping pong so you can get a better stereo image. It's going to go left and right. And then I usually use the high pass and low pass to EQ my delay so it's not occupying the same frequency space. Telephone effect. I went to the track, threw on an EQ, sweep the left and the right, again with the J37, and then boom, I put a chorus on, get a wider stereo image on the telephone effect.
16, 20, 30.
On the adlibs, my thought process is I need to make sure that these don't occupy the same frequency space as the leads. I have the volume turned down hella, and I also sweeped more low end off. No, I used a different verb this time, R verb, and I used a basic Lushy Vocal Classic Plate preset. I pan some to the right and I pan some to the left. Now my vocal effect throws that are in the green here, delays that are just in full wet.
It's got one life.
Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see more mix breakdowns, man, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching this video, man. Peace out.
Stay hidden, so I might just take another dose. When my brother died, it was like I seen a Holy Ghost. I ignored the signs and should've listened anytime he spoke. It's a new year, but see that pain, it really hurt me most. Reminiscing about him at dinner, so let's make